Okay. And we are live. So, welcome into the Arena Productions Entertainment Hub. This is Expat here, and this is the first live stream I've done here on the Entertainment Hub. So, the Arena Productions, for those of you that are coming in who don't know much about the Arena Productions yet, last year I split it from, it was a main hub that was focused generally on gaming, but I did some of my entertainment content on it as well. I broke it up into two channels, which is now the Arena Productions Gaming Hub and the Arena Productions Entertainment Hub. So all of the content for entertainment comes here to the Entertainment Hub now, and this is the first live stream I've done for the Entertainment Hub. So here on YouTube, and as well as on Twitch, the Arena Productions Twitch channel, which is both the gaming and entertainment. But anybody that might be coming from Twitch, I want to welcome you in as well. But here on YouTube, anybody that comes in for the discussion on Stranger Things, I want to welcome you all in, and thank you for coming and supporting the channel. A little bit about myself, of course, expat. I've been living in Japan for 30 years now. This month be 30 years I've lived in Japan. I'm originally from California in the United States, and I used to be a radio DJ a long time ago in San Francisco, and then of course moved to Japan after university, and I've been working here ever since. So I live in the Tokyo area. I have a lot of fans, of course, in the West, as well as here in Japan as well. So, Nihonjin wa minasan, konnichiwa, kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. So I hope you have a great new year. And for all of you coming in, happy new year to all of you. So, I'm going to keep this stream short tonight because I have to start work from tomorrow. People here in Japan are going back to work now, so I have to go back. And it's already after 10 p.m. here. But I did want to get this stream in, the first stream of the new year, especially here on the Entertainment Hub. On the Gaming Hub, of course, the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast will be coming back this month. And that'll be on the Gaming Hub. So please check out the Arena Productions Gaming Hub for my gaming content and my news content as well. But anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and get into the Stranger Things discussion. And just a little bit of a warning, there will be spoilers throughout. This is a spoiler-filled discussion. So anybody that comes in and wants to discuss it with me, I welcome you all. So I want to throw out the first kind of, topic, and then I'm going to show like images from the final episode as well as I make this discussion here. So basically, was the finale more emotional or more epic for you? And let me go ahead and get the images going here. Let me go ahead and okay. So, was it impactful? Was it more emotional? For me, generally, I felt it was more emotional. I have to say, this show from the very beginning struck a chord with me because I come from this generation. These kids. All of them, 11, Will, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, all of them. I'm from this generation. I graduated from high school in 1987. So this was especially emotional for me. And this final episode was emotional. And it did give me closure. I think there was a lot of closure. And I'll talk a little bit more about some of the characters as well. But it did give me a great sense of closure, especially at the end. Do I feel that there should be a spinoff? I really don't think I would want a spinoff, but there's going to be, the Duffer Brothers have already said that they're going to have a spinoff, and it's not going to be focused around any of these characters or focused on Hawkins. They did say that it will focus on the Rock that we see in this episode, where Henry becomes basically Vecna in a sense with this Rock. So they're going to focus on that in the spinoff. But I honestly, I was kind of hoping that they would end it here, and the finale, I thought, gave a lot of closure to a lot of the characters. At the beginning of the season, I really liked when Robin was in the radio station, because that gave me memories of working in the radio station in San Francisco. Back in the day when I was doing radio in the late 80s and early 90s before coming out here to Japan. So it was more emotional for me, I think. So now the characters, I think Dustin is my favorite character. Yeah, I loved how the series ended and how he was the valedictorian, and he comes on stage and he's just like, to the principal and to the school. And that's when I graduated back in 1987 in high school. That's how a lot of the students felt towards the faculty of the school I was at as well. So I thought that was really cool how they gave closure in that sense for them graduating in the class of 89. So just a couple of years later. But it was the same for me. So so these two here, so Lucas and Max, I'd love to see them play like Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, but of course, Sadie Sink, she's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie, and it seems like they're saying she's playing a villainous role, so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Steve, I really like Steve, and how they ended with the older bunch, like on the top of the station and having a beer and chatting with each other and everything. I thought that was really cool. They were talking about, we're going to get together like once a month. No, I don't think that's going to happen. When I was watching it, I'm like, okay, maybe for a couple of months they'll get together once a month. But as time goes on, they're going to move on with their lives and meet new people and do other things. The character that I felt didn't get enough, focus in the final season, and you see her a couple times in the final episode. But Linda Hamilton, as the doctor there, as a general, I thought she should have had more of a role in this season. And basically at the end of the final episode, we don't know what happens to her. We don't know what she's doing. Is she still trying to find out more information about if Elle survived or not? It's really interesting that we don't know what happens to her and the others in the research team that was in the Upside Down and in the Right Side Up. But I was a little bit upset with that. I thought that she should have been in the series, in the season more. And then, of course, finding Callie again. I thought that was really interesting. And her role in the final episode, you kind of wonder. I'm going to go ahead and break it down now. When it came to that ending with 11. Now, Mike, of course, at the end, he talks about when they're playing D&D. He gives a story about how Elle might have survived, and that they wanted to believe that she survived and she found a place to call home. But when he talks about Callie using her powers before she dies to make Elle invisible so that she could escape, and make her look like she was kind of like a holographic type of image there as the Upside Down was being destroyed. I earlier in the episode, she bled out and died there when Elle was putting the pressure on the wound. She just died. Or so you're telling me that later in the episode she was still alive and she hadn't died yet, and was able to use her her powers for one last time, and she had the strength to do that. So in that sense, I have to be skeptical about whether or not Elle is still alive or not. Yes, I would love to think that she's still alive, but I don't think that's the case. Because if she was alive, then everybody would be like clamoring for her to be in a spin-off series again, and I don't think Millie Bobby Brown's going to really do that or want to do that, because she's got so many other things going on now. But yeah, and then Mike becoming a writer, I think that's kind of interesting, and I love the ending where he's going upstairs and they're about to eat. And then all the younger kids go downstairs and they start to, with Holly, and they're about to start to play D&D in this image here. And then you see Mike at the end, looking down like this is the next generation. It's like it's our time to conclude and let the younger generation take over. So I thought that was pretty cool, and how they ended it there. So let me know in the comments, for those of you that might be watching later on, let me know in the comments, what were your favorite moments of the finale? What did you like about it? Now, when it came to this scene where Elle's in the tank, and then Vecna takes over Hopper's mind, and then Hopper shoots the gun, and I thought, oh man, I thought, Elle was going to bleed out or something, from the bullets, but yeah, that didn't happen. And she's like, what did you do? So, yeah. And this scene here with Steve, on the ledge there, on the tower, and he falls off, and you think, oh, he's going to die. Okay. That's it for him. And then, it's like they kind of like cut to this break in a sense. And then, you see Jonathan, pulling him up. So the guy that hates Steve in a sense, hey, he's trying to take my girl away. It's like he saves his life, but yeah, I mean, yeah, there were so many scenes that you were on the edge of your seat, in a sense, and then the big mind flayer. It reminded me, there were a lot of like instances where I thought about Star Wars in this. One was Henry's role, and how the mind flayer had took him over, and Will there, he's trying to get him to like come back to the light, and Henry has been taken over by the dark side, and it's like in Star Wars, Darth Vader is like, you don't know the power of the dark side, and Will is like trying to fight with him. It's like, you can come back to the light. He's like, no, I need it. It's kind of like how Palpatine had won over Anakin. And then the huge mind flayer. I mean, it reminded me of that one alien creature in what was it? Attack of the Clones, when they're on Geonosis, and Obi-Wan is fighting that one big-legged monster. That kind of reminded me of the mind flayer in a sense. Yeah. And so, like, a lot of closure, and a lot of thoughtfulness when it came to some of the characters that had passed on from recent seasons. Like Dustin and Steve. When they were stabbing the thing, they were thinking of Eddie, from the past season. and I thought that was really cool. And then towards the end, you get uh, the mother, Will's mother, with the axe. And come on, man. I mean, how many times did she smack Vecna with that axe before his head finally came off? It felt like she, smacked him like 30 different times before the head finally came off. And then she's like, "You fucked with the wrong family." It's like, I'm like, okay, that was a little bit overboard, in a sense. But yeah, and that's kind of a part of the emotional roller coaster you're on while you're watching this. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if I had to give it a score, this final episode, I'd give it like an 8. It was, there were parts of the battle, which led up to the end, the reminiscing and all. Excuse me. That I kind of felt were, um, and then the emotional part, the reminiscing and the closure, the last 40 minutes or so, I thought that was really, really good. So 11 getting the ending I hope for. I don't think that she got the ending that I was hoping for, in a sense. I was thinking maybe that her still being alive, and then like maybe later all of the characters, I thought the Duffer Brothers were basically going to move to the present day, and then there would be different actors playing the characters, and showing what they're doing now. But that didn't happen, of course. So I was content with that. But I would have liked to have seen what happens with all of the characters and what they're doing today. But obviously they stayed in, the late 1980s and then moving on, in a sense. So, one other question that I was going to ask here, was the finale, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about the ending? Like I said, I would give it about an 8. Are you still processing? Yeah, I'm processing this finale, but I think that it did give me closure, in a sense that I could move on and not worry about having to wait for a spinoff to come. So yeah. Did the ending feel rushed? Not. I think a bit, especially in the battle sequences and all. It felt a bit rushed, moving back and forth, between Elle, Callie, Max, and the kids, with Holly, and then of course Steve and them moving up to the top of the radio tower in the Upside Down. I mean, yeah, that part felt a bit rushed, and then once they got to, afterwards, the last 40 minutes, I thought that was quite well paced. What will Stranger Things be remembered for, the characters or the monster mythology? I think a bit of both. But if I had to pick one or the other, probably the characters. This was such a nostalgia filled series, especially, like I said in the beginning, when I started the live stream here. For a person like me, that grew up in this time, I think the characters will be remembered the most. And and in how they lived their lives at that particular time. So many, flashbacks of, like in the final episode, you see, like in 1989, you see the movie theater with, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I remember going to that in 1989 and seeing that. Earlier seasons, I mean, the music, I mean, Every Breath You Take, by the Police, and then of course in the final episode here, Purple Rain. Purple Rain was 1984, but which was interesting that they used that record, and of course that was the album of the year. So, I mean, and in 1987, my high school, senior prom's main song was "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now" by Starship, and I thought that would be played in this at some point, but it wasn't. But I mean, you had Kate Moss and all the other music from that era that was really cool. So and then the throwbacks to all of the technology of that time, and of course like video games, of course the Nintendo, we talked about that a lot. So like the NES, SNES era, just before the Genesis, and so yeah, a lot of great stuff. But yeah, I think the characters and the personalities of the characters too, very nerdy. As growing up, I was kind of split between being a nerd when it came to like video games and movies, but I was also an athlete, so kind of a jock as well. I was a basketball player, so kind of split between that. And with Lucas, I think I was more aligned with Lucas when it came to that point. Yeah, and then Nancy Wheeler. I mean, she's the new Ripley. I mean, you could put her in like you can make a new Aliens movie, and you can make her Ripley now, or she could be the next Sarah Connor. I mean, if they were going to make another Terminator movie, of course, probably without Schwarzenegger now due to his age and all. But I mean, if they were going to make another Terminator film, you could definitely you could put her into it and put her in the role of Sarah Connor. Or if you're going to do another Alien movie, you could make her as the next Ripley. But yeah, and then of course Mike and his situation when it came to Elle at the end there, and how to process her being gone. And I loved how Hopper sat down with him in the city square there, and in this image here, and he's like, there's two roads, and I really like that, because for me, when I was growing up, there were two roads that I could go down as well, when it came to my life and what I was thinking at that particular time. You take one road, which is really, really difficult, and walloping in your sorrows and struggles, or you could take, the other road, which is looking ahead and focusing on the future, and that's what I did as well. So yeah, I'd really like to know what you guys thought of the final episode. I thought it was really, really, really well paced up to the final episode. Like I said, the final battles and stuff were kind of off in a sense, but I mean, it was well paced, and this whole series was just so well done, and I was just surprised that it went so long. I mean, these actors, Millie Bobby Brown, I mean, she's now she's 21 or so, and when this started, she was like 10 or 11 years old. So I mean, most of these actors are all grown up now, and it'll be interesting to see where they go. Like I said, I'd like to see the actor who played Lucas get possibly the Miles Morales role at some point. In the past, I thought maybe John Boyega would be the best for a Miles Morales, but now I think the character who played Lucas would be a good one, and Sadie Sink to be like a Spider Gwen, but I don't know how that's going to play out. So when Brand New Day comes out later in the year, it'll be interesting to see, what kind of villainous character role she has. But and then the girl who played Holly, I mean, I thought that she was great, and I didn't know that she's a British actress. It's really interesting, and I really love how British actors can mask their British accent and use an American accent. So it's really difficult to, unless you do some research on them beforehand, it's really difficult to know whether or not they're American or British or Australian or where they come from. But she did a great job, and how she became like the leader of the group, kind of like how Mike was the leader in D&D. It looks like she's going to become the new leader with the kids, and in D&D and stuff like that. So yeah, and then how Vecna, the final battle between Vecna and El. I mean, if it wasn't for Will, I think Vecna could have maybe taken out El. I don't know, but Will, I was really surprised earlier in the season with how he was able to get these powers and to overcome his fear. So I think the character who's grown the most throughout this series, and especially in the final season here, was Will. I mean, and how he was able to clamp down on these powers and to take out those Demogorgons earlier in the season, and then of course help El to defeat Vecna at the end there. I thought that was really cool, and how he has been able to overcome his fear. I mean, ever since the beginning as a scared little boy, now he's like, I'm not afraid anymore, and that was such a great thing. And that was one of the main factors in defeating Henry and defeating Vecna, and Holly, of course, becoming more of a leader and helping the kids to get into the cave and to get into the other, once they escape the cave, get into that other kind of like a other type of cave there to get away from Henry. I thought that was really well done. So I think that's about it for how I felt about the series. Hopper. One thing about Hopper, though, I have to say, from season 4, he gets out of the Russian gulag and everything, and he's all like, skinny and lost a lot of weight from being in the prison and everything. And it's like at the beginning of this season, he had just put it all back on, and I liked the closure, him and, Mrs. Will's mother, and him proposing, and then talking about going to like a coastal town and being like being able to make more money and being able to live on the coast and still being close to the kids and all. I thought that was really cool. So the closure there, I thought that was really nice. But I mean, Bald Eagle, though, what happens to him? Yeah, he was at the graduation ceremony. Murray, he was at the graduation ceremony, but then we don't know what happens to him. Maybe he's still like, working on conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Who knows? That's one part of the show that I would have loved to see the Duffer Brothers, show what is happening to the characters in the present day, whether like if Murray or the mother of Will's mother and like Mike's mother and father and Hopper, are they still living? It would have been nice to see closure in that sense, but then again, I mean, there's a lot of time that's gone by, between 1989 and now. So I think in a sense, it was probably a good thing for them to close it out at that particular time. But yeah, so anyway, I think that's gonna do it for me. Talking about Stranger Things, season 5, episode 8, the final episode. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming in later in video on demand. If you're going to watch this, thank you so much, and I really appreciate all of your support. You can check out all of my social media for myself, and of course the Arena Productions, which is my productions on Linktree. You can check out everything there. You can find all my social media links, everything there as well. And of course, if you're into sweatshirts, hoodies, coffee cups, all that stuff, I have a new merch store as well. You can check out the merch store on Fourth Wall. So you can check out all of my stuff there. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you so much. And I will be doing here on the Arena Productions Entertainment Hub coming up on the, I think it's the 15th, January 15th, Starfleet Academy starts. And I'm going to be doing weekly reviews of each episode of Starfleet Academy. I'm really interested in that coming up. The 32nd century, the Discovery era. But I'm interested to see Holly Hunter and how she's like the head of the Academy, as well as Robert Picardo coming back to play the Doctor again. So I wonder if some Janeway references are going to come up there. So I'll be covering the Starfleet Academy series. I'll be continuing to cover Fallout Season 2. I'll be putting shorts up after each episode, and then I'll be doing one full like season review at the end of the season, as well as probably doing a live stream for a discussion on Fallout Season 2 as well. So a lot of cool stuff this year. Marvel, of course, we've got a brand new day that's coming, Avengers Endgame at the end of the year. Of course, on the Star Trek side, of course, we've got Strange New Worlds coming back for Season 4. Star Wars, we've got The Mandalorian and Grogu coming. So I'm going to be really busy here on the Arena Productions. So my channels here for the Entertainment Hub and the Gaming Hub with the podcast coming back. I'm really excited for that. So anyway, one more time, Happy New Year to all of you. And I hope you enjoyed Season 5 of Stranger Things. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the final episode. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments. And have a great week and a great start to 2026. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.